What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 538 of Community Universe Mode, and we are live here at the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. Glad to have you with me, as always, for this, excuse me, still battling this, this cold, but hopefully your boy will be getting better soon. But indeed, we have finally arrived, and I am super excited as we are going to have 8 teams compete here tonight in the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic, the event that honors arguably the greatest tag team in CMV history. I mean, I think throughout the years I've seen either X-Gen or hashtag trending worldwide called the greatest tag team in CMV history. And there's a reason that they're so closely argued, but I think a great many, maybe even the majority, would say that the tandem of Omega Z and Sushi X truly are the pinnacle of tag team wrestling in CMV. And so that is what tonight is about, honoring the accomplishments of X-Gen, of Quantum, and Paul Devine, while also seeking to build up that next great tag team, because one of these 8 duos tonight not only going to earn a big fat bonus check, not only going to be hand-delivered a beautiful custom-made trophy by the COO of CMV, Triple H, and of course a close friend of X-Gen, but also going to receive a shot at the Fusion Tag Team titles. As the first participant of our first round match, Adam Valentine makes his way into the NXT arena. That is right, we go full-blown old school, the original CMV arena. The very same arena that Omega Z debuted in. And I'm sure both of them being, of course, Quantum and Paul Devine, watching this one eagerly. Cyborg does own CMV. Triple H is the COO. For those who don't know X-Gen's history, like I said, kind of like a father figure, if you will, to X-Gen during their early days. Here comes Adam Valentine's protege, the bird. That doesn't make sense. I was about to say the bird under his wing. I guess one bird can go on another bird's wing. I don't know why I'm referring to them as birds, but the young up-and-coming Dax Harris, who has found himself under the tutelage of the self-proclaimed GOAT. And throughout this tournament of the 8 teams, the majority are randomly thrown together pairings by General Manager of Fusion, Yuri Sucklow. We are well aware by now that Yuri Sucklow loves these little unique scenarios and these unique opportunities. So throughout the night, we're going to see some interesting pairings. But perhaps it'll be Adam Valentine and Dax Harris, who have been a team since the start of this season. Maybe they'll have the better odds against the team that, well, they're facing here in this first round match, who have been been rocking the boat these past few weeks. The alliance between Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade is on thin ice after this past episode of Monday Night Fusion, where, of course, they took a loss at the hands of Adam Adams and King Matt when Jason Spade allowed for Chris Proudfoot to be pinned, and then after the match, Proudfoot shoved Jason Spade and walked off. Hopefully they can get on the same page, but, well, we'll have to wait and see. And there he is. Chris Proudfoot. One of the newest additions to Monday Night Fusion in this the beginning of this new season, coming over in a wave, bit of an ovation, if you will. But well, Chris Proudfoot arrived to aid a man that for a very long time he considered his arch rival when Jason Sid was up against the Undead and outnumbered. It was Proudfoot, the only one to step up and lend a helping hand, but seeming like those tensions from the past are beginning to rise to the surface yet again. And when this matchup is set to begin, guys, I am very excited because we have a special treat. Pulled a few strings. But I think a lot of eyes are going to be on this matchup to specifically see if Proudfoot and Spade can put whatever drama that's going on aside in order to rise to the top and prove that they're more than just NGCW invaders and that they're here in CMV to carve out a new chapter. They don't want to be known for what they've done in the past in other places. And there's the man himself, Jason Spade. Since arriving in CMV towards the last event, the end, got that mixed up, of last season. Garnered a lot of support from the CMV universe. The fans are behind Jason Spade at 100%, but is Chris Proudfoot behind Jason Spade at 100%? That is a question that we will have to wait to see answered. But now, guys, hold on to your pants before this match starts. Got to, real quickly. Adam Valentine spitting in his hands. Pretty rude. All right, so before this match starts, let's see if I can get this set up. I believe that I can. Special treats for you all. Make sure everything is good. Looks like it. Looks like it. All right. Get situated here. I'm sorry, guys, about the cough. Hoping it's going away. Hoping it's going away soon. Very, very much. Went to the doctor and everything, which I never do, to try to get this cough out of the way, but hopefully it will dissipate soon as this tournament gets underway. The second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. And this is just our first opening round match. Last year's winners, of course, being Vintage, tandem of Joey Bacon and El Jefe, defeated 3 other teams, which is exactly what the winning team here tonight is going to have to do. And man, we've got some serious hard hitters throughout this tournament. Just look at, I mean, Matt, you can't even argue that the favorite team heading into this has got, oh, wow. Oh, wow, that teamwork, though. Woo, spicy. That was beautiful. And guys, here we go. This is the, woo, I'm so excited. I can't contain my excitement because I am not alone here tonight on commentary, guys, for this second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. After all, the tournament is called the X-Gen Tag Team Classic, so I feel like we kind of have to have one of the men themselves here along with me. So, guys, it is my pleasure. The man, formerly known as Sushi X, ladies and gentlemen, right here with me to call this tournament. It is the man himself, Paul Devine. Check 1 2.
Listen,
Check
Dashing,
1 2.
I want you to know,
Woo!
you are never alone. I'm always with you in spirit. One of my favorite commentators right here, Dashing DJ Yuri.
Listen to that endorsement. I just got called the greatest commentator of all time by the greatest CMV wrestler of all time. Should we just start jerking each other off already, or should we maybe wait a little bit?
Listen, man. Bring that thing over here. Let's go.
But, guys, indeed, for the tournament here tonight, Paul Devine joining me on commentary to get his thoughts throughout the show. And, well, this first round matchup might already be about to end, because Adam Valentine all over Chris Proudfoot, just hit him with his signature pop-up cutter. And, well, Proudfoot's in trouble right now and straight out of the gate. I mean, I don't know if you're... Wait a minute. Clothesline by Adam Valentine to the pin, and very well may have advanced his team to the semifinals, but unable to do so as Jason Spade made the save. And you got to keep in mind that you're going to want to try to finish off matches as quickly as possible in order to keep yourself fresh, because, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to have to go through 3 teams in order to stand victorious. But I was going to say, I'm not sure if you're aware of the entire lineup, Divine, but I was curious if you perhaps had any pick going. If you don't know the teams, just let me know, and I'll list them off for you.
I thumbed through them late last night before I had my little nightcap, and had to get well rested, so I was here early, bright and early, bushy-eyed. Right? But yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you. You know what, Ryan Kent, he's a son of a bitch, but he's with my boy Ziegler, so that's
really
my strong pick.
That is an interesting picking the team of your former ex-gen brother who betrayed you, and also perhaps your your most legendary opponent. I think that's probably the...
Well, Ziegler's always been a competitor and a great wrestler. So and Kent, you got to give it to him. He can't hold on to a title long, but he will get it. So I mean, I can't put it past him to actually win this one. But after that, he's gonna stutter out like he always does.
Well, I definitely said that team is probably... Oh, wait a minute! Chris Proudfoot, after nearly getting taken down, himself looks to come back. Oh, hits the single leg high knee, but not enough, and finally makes a tag to Jason Spade. I was about to say, Chris Proudfoot taking a lot of punishment because he was looking like he was going to refuse to tag Spade in, but finally does. I mean, Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler, based on the fact alone that they are the two major champions on Fusion right now, going to be probably a lot of people betting on them. But throughout the night, like I said, we've got a lot of interesting tandems. I mean, you've also got the team who's going to be facing Alistair Knox and Jacob Ziegler in the first round. I mean, you got Alistair Knox and John Reed, Shay Hoxton and Shanaz Andoni teaming up tonight. It's definitely going to be fun, I think, to see how these teams work together. But, ooh, man, Jason Spade just got flatlined by Adam Valentine right there. This has been a highly competitive first round match between these two teams, and I'd say that Valentine and Harris have been dominating for the better part of it. But Irish flipping to the corner right there. So Paul Devine throwing his hat into Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler's. Cool to watch.
I'm a big closet fan of Jason Spade as well, so I wouldn't mind.
Are you?
Seeing him go through. Yeah. I've been following his career for a while now. And he's actually, like I said, I'm a closet fan of his. Well, I guess not anymore.
Well, Jason Spade, you might be about to jump up on your feet, because I believe he is looking for the Lenzenberg lobotomy. Jason Spade nailing Dax Harris right on the button, but I don't think he's going to get that pin. Adam Valentine in quickly to break it up at 1. Oh, Spade taking him out too, though. Chris Proudfoot not even having to do any heavy lifting there. But you can definitely tell these two teams want it.
That's a big thing in the in the tag team division is your teammates getting in there to help you out when you get pinned. You can have all the heart in the world, but when you're down, and you have to rely on your teammate to get in there. So it's like you said, it's going to be interesting to see if these guys have any kind of chemistry and get along together.
Some advice that should probably be taken into serious consideration for any team in CMV, because of course this entire tournament tonight honoring the man next to me and his brother, of course, Quantum, aka Omega Z, the 4-time tag team champions. Well, technically you're both 5-time tag team champions, but for the both of you, your 5th tag team reigns were with different partners. But I mean, no doubt about it. Like I mentioned, I'd like to get your insight on this actually, because the argument probably has always been either XGen or hashtag trending worldwide for the greatest tag team of all time. And well, if we're looking back in history, the only time the two teams ever faced, hashtag trending worldwide, did defeat you guys at that was Ascendance 3, I believe. That was a long time ago.
Where is hashtag trending worldwide right now?
Well, where's
no one knows
right now?
They were a give me. I'm right here, brother.
Well, we know Paul Devine is back, but Quantum hasn't been seen in a while, and of course you haven't teamed at all. Well, Chuck Taylor's doing pretty well for himself over on him. I believe he's the #1 contender right now, if I remember correctly, for the World Championship over yonder. And Shanaz, of course, is in this very tournament tonight, so he's actually part of honoring XGen on this evening. But
exactly.
How do you feel?
Where's hashtag trending worldwide's tournament?
Well,
where's their tag team tournament?
Drops the mic. Perfect example right there as Chris Proudfoot maybe looking to take out. Oh, that was cool. A little bit of a modified back body drop I've never seen before. Well, we heard a lot from Quantum during last year's XGen Tag Team Classic. He was very vocal during the entire show. How did you feel about last year's winners, Joey Bacon and El Jefe? Were you happy with those two to come out on top? I can already tell this is not a fun answer.
Who won it?
Well, El Jefe is Mr. Money in the Bank. I mean, they took that one. El Jefe went on to win the Royal Rumble and become Mr. Money in the Bank. So I guess this tournament can do a lot for.
Look, they were the dark horse competitors,
definitely
for sure. But they came up and they won it. I mean, you got to give props where props are due, and they showed that they could work as a tag team. They showed that they could take out the best of the best, and they did.
Well, what tag team do you think, not just in this tournament, because as I mentioned, there's only about, I think, 3 actual tag teams competing throughout this tournament. We got Proudfoot and Spade, Valentine and Harris here, and then there's also the Hastings, father and son. We'll see it later on, and the Real G's. But throughout all of CMV, even on Unmatched, what tag team do you think has the potential to be the next XGen?
You know what? Couldn't tell you. They come and go. Let me see a tag team that lasts longer than 1 or 2 seasons, and I will let you know then.
Well, I actually think you made a little bit of a snide remark this past Friday night on Genesis when I was commentating the ATL match, and I said that they could be the next XGen. You didn't seem to be very happy about that.
No, ATL's. I don't see them being great at all. Not in
really.
The
They're already 3-time tag team champions. One reign away from tying XGen, and I believe the Bringers of Despair for most tag team title reigns. But wait a minute. Dax Harris out of the corner. Never seen him hit this before. What's he going for? Well, whatever he was going to try for. Countered by Jason Spade with a little bit of a cheeky fireman's carry, and then a big boot right to the chest. And Spade again lining up them sights for the Lenzenberg lobotomy. And into the pin, but Valentine going to be able to break that one up pretty easily again. I mean, how hard these two teams are going at each other in this opening round match is not going to be very good for whichever duo wins heading forward. They're going to be very tired. The winning team is just going to face the winning team of Shanaz Andoni and Shay Hoxton versus the Hey, wait a minute! Another Linsenberg lobotomy. Valentine's been taken out by Proudfoot. Can they put their feelings aside? 1, 2, 3. Yes, Chris Proudfoot and your boy, Jason Spade, are going to advance to the semifinals. First team to make it through.
Like I said, if he makes it all the way through, man, that's I'll invite him over to the estate. We'll have some beers together. I'll show him some pointers.
The divine estate.
Yes.
Well, we know how you feel about Jason Spade. What about a whole lot about his partner, Chris Proudfoot? How do you feel about him?
I do not. I do not know a whole lot about him actually, but if Jason Spade's with him, if he's his partner, then he's got to be a good guy and a great wrestler.
Well, we do have a. I guess if anybody has any questions, you can post them in the chat because we do have one right here that is asking the both of us how we feel about the Kingdom, which is George King, Joe Dirt, and Maximum Rider. I do believe the last one's name is over on Unmatched, the current Unmatched Tag Team Champions. So, do you have any opinions on them? I mean, you didn't bring them up when I asked about any potentially seeing current tag teams, but any opinions at all on the Kingdom?
No, not at all. I don't even know who they are.
Really? You don't know who George King is even? He's pretty prominent over on Unmatched currently.
I mean, there's so many Kings running around that, I'm pretty sure I put one away already. So, I mean, what is this, his son, his cousin, his nephew? I don't know.
I was taken out of the conversation there. A giant spider crawling across my TV screen right now. It's pretty gross. Oh, no, I'm terrified.
Dashing. Step aside. Okay, let me go ahead and take care of this for you.
Please don't timestamp my TV. Kind of need that to see the tournament going forward. But some pretty
I almost did.
Pretty savage there towards the Kingdom. I'd say I don't know too much about Joe Dirt and Maximum Rider, but George King, at least I can see being the next top star on Unmatched.
Yeah, George King's a big name, obviously, and I do know who he is. But yeah, like you said, the other two, I don't know who. Yeah, I mean, I can't give an honest opinion on that.
Well, we did just see Jason Spade and Chris Proudfoot make it to the semifinals. Now we're going to find out which team they meet in the semifinals, as Shanaz Andoni and Shay Hoxton get set to take on the Hastings boys, the father-son tandem. Of course, a man you know very well, and Harvey Hastings and his dear son, Stefan, who it's going to be interesting to see how these two get along after what happened on Fusion. I am on commentary currently with the one and only, the man himself, the Asian sensation, the 5-time world champion, and the reason that we're having this tournament tonight, Paul Devine.
It's interesting you said that I know Harvey, but I also know Shanaz, obviously, very well. Like you said, # trending worldwide. I'm going to have to put my money on Shanaz and Hoxton because I'm sure he's showed him, the ropes, showed him how to be a good tag team, right? But that being said, you've got Harvey over here, obviously an animal, a savage, a beast of a wrestler.
Current number 1 contender for the world championship as well.
Yeah, current number 1 and never actually beat me clean for the undisputed championship. So
that is true.
No big deal.
Well, it's interesting you bring up the fact that Shanaz Andoni has probably, in the short amount of time they've had to prepare, tried to give Hoxton some lessons about tag team wrestling, because even if # trending worldwide at the end of the day might not be the better tag team over Action, I'd say Shanaz Andoni probably one of the best tag team wrestlers, maybe the best tag team wrestler, because he's not only a 2-time champ with Chet Taylor, and they, of course, set that record 7 months as longest reigning tag team champion. He's also a former tag team champion with his cousin, good old Son of Sheik, and Shanaz even as his own superstar, 2-time light heavyweight champion, 2-time Anarchy champion. I mean, just one of the most, I think, what's the word I'm looking for? Underappreciated, maybe, superstars throughout CMV's history. But Shea Hoxton, Hoxton, I think, could probably give Shanaz a couple pointers, especially since Hoxton knocked Shanaz off one-on-one earlier this week on Fusion. I'm excited. I think I have to go with Divine. I'm excited for this team. I think Shanaz and Hoxton could go places, but of course they're up against quite the challenge in the form of the Hastings Boys. But as I mentioned, things might be rocky after what happened on Fusion. Of course, Stefan was facing the debuting Cameron Cray, and Harvey was ringside. Harvey threw in a steel chair, trying to help his son, but it backfired when Cray used it, and then Cray was able to beat him. And after the match, Cray continued to attack Stefan, and Harvey didn't do anything, just stood ringside and watched, allowing his son to catch that whip. But I guess it's one way to. I'm not going to tell someone how to be a parent, but I don't know. That was
Listen,
pretty nasty.
you gotta teach sometimes you just gotta let your son take care of business. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
well,
get
here's
in
the
there,
thing I would
do
say.
what you gotta do.
I would understand maybe if Stefan lost on his own merit, but Harvey is the reason that he lost. And then Harvey just went and allowed him to get the shit kicked out of him. And of course, on that same night, then went on to become It was a good night for Harvey, not so much a good night for his son. But I think you also have to keep in mind, if you're Harvey, that sure, winning this tournament would be great, getting that bonus check, getting the trophy, getting a shot at the tag team titles, but in just 24 hours, tomorrow night on Fusion, Harvey's getting his championship shot against Ziggler. So one has to wonder if Harvey's not going to try to put 100% into this, if maybe he'll be lacking a little bit. He'll be stepping back and not giving it his all.
Harvey's a competitor. Harvey's a competitor, and there's no way, no how that he's not going to come out here 100% to prove a point. He wants to be the best, and you know what? He keeps slandering my name, bringing my name up, right? But if you want to be the best, you have to be like the best. And
on that point, if you let me interject real quick so I can get your response to this, he just tweeted a few minutes ago. He said, "Oh, hey, it's the guy I tapped out twice. The guy who ran away like a coward to Genesis. I'll win this just to insult you, Mr. Divine." At least he called you Mr. Pretty savage tweet.
Yeah,
there,
I mean,
though.
that's just a sign of respect, though. Of course he's going to call me Mister because I'm better than him. But yeah, he did tap me out twice. But was it for the belt? I mean, that's the question, right?
When it mattered most, he was not able to. He never got the chance to really beat you when it mattered most, because bringing up the what happened was he attacked you before you got your rematch. It was supposed to be a triple threat at Homecoming, and then he attacked you before the match and beat Chris Diamond to win the championship. So we still need that rematch one day, but of course now you being on Genesis makes that a little bit complicated, but Validation's coming up, just a couple months. Brand versus Brand. Maybe you get your opportunity there.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it. So let's see what the higher ups think about it, because I'm all about it.
Man, who knows where?
But also,
go on.
Also, I'm sorry, but when you first introduced Shanaz, you said 7-month reign. If you look back, you will see that 7-month reign was a nice, easy, smooth. Let's go ahead and just wait till each pay-per-view. But if you look before that, when Next Gen had the belts, we were put title shot after people were just getting title shots. So it was hard reign for us.
I agree,
right?
but
and they just walked in the park.
I agree, but you put yourselves in that position because you were constantly calling people out and putting your title on the line.
Hey,
you don't
if you
have
want
to
be
do
the
that.
best, you have to show that you're the best. All right? And listen, we did not turn down challenges. We did not turn down competitors. We wanted to be the best by beating the best. And if that had to be putting the titles on the line every single week, that's what we did.
Well, who do you think brings up an interesting segue? What, in your opinion, it was your favorite team that you and Quantum ever faced? Didn't have to be for the championships. Over the years, what was your favorite team to face? I mean, there's so many great ones. I think my favorite that you ever fought, the never-ending saga between X-Gen and Zach Payne and Big Show, was always a fun one to watch. But what was your favorite team to face, do you think?
You know what? Yeah, that.
Excuse me.
Zach Payne and Big Show was definitely that was out of this world. What happened with that? That was.
Never forget.
I don't even. Yeah, that was.
It's hard to explain. It was back at you guys fought so many times, and even when X-Gen ended at one point, and Zach Pitt and Big Show went on to have a long reign, you guys then came back, reformed, and beat them to win back the championships like so long after losing it to them. It was just never ending, but I enjoyed every single second of it.
You know what? It made the tag team. It made it exciting. It really did. You know, there was at that point in time there wasn't really too many tag teams, and we brought the show down. We brought the pain, if you will.
Well, X-Gen over the years has certainly faced many teams and has even had many members. I honestly, it should be like on a quiz or something. That's like a hard question to answer. Every single member that's ever been a part of X-Gen, but there's always been I'd say, in my opinion, there's the two, but then Hayden would always jump in and say, hey, there's the three. But it's Omega Z and Sushi X in my eyes. That's X-Gen.
I'm gonna tell you right now, there's guys that come and go, right? You've seen what happened. We had to let go of some people because they weren't. It was like trimming the fat, if you will, right? But there are four members. Okay.
Oh, who's
there
the
are four members.
Wait, let me take a shot at this. I'm gonna guess you're speaking about Duo Maxwell. Is that who? Is that the fourth?
No, Dashing.
No?
You.
Oh, all right.
Disappointing. There's me.
What? Who else?
There's Quantum.
Okay.
There's Hayden. Obviously, all right. That he bleeds X-Gen. Even though I had to beat his ass into becoming X-Gen, he bleeds it now. Okay, yeah. He's a bigger. He's more X-Gen than me and Quantum at this point in time. And then there's Tim LaFave. He doesn't talk about it. He's a little butthurt about it.
Actually, I'd say the opposite. Okay. Tim over maybe last season and a little bit into this season was pretty what's the word I'm looking for? Adamant that you guys were trying to oust him from X-Gen. Felt like he didn't belong as a part of the infamous group. So that's interesting that you say he's the fourth.
No, I mean, where? Show me the proof that we tried to oust him. I think he just.
I think it was the point he brought up. No, I think it was he got really upset because there was a bit of an X-Gen reunion on a match last season between you three, and he wasn't invited to that shindig, and I think that's why he got a little bit upset.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault he didn't show up.
Well, I think that Tim is a little bit over his head right now to even really worry about whether he's a part of X-Gen or not. But I'm sure that if he's to hear that, he'll be pretty happy that you said such a thing. But right now, Stefan just nearly nailing Hoxton with the modified headshot that his father, of course, perfected. You've felt that maneuver many a time. That sick Pele kick that just cracks the skull. We did get another question here, though, from someone who asked your current thoughts, or your thoughts, I should say, on the current Fusion Tag Team Champions, the Undead, which consists of Bloody Justice and Damien. What's your got any opinions on this team?
Bloody Justice has always been kind of a staple, you know, like that dude's just, he's like the next Parker. He's a weirdo.
I think he's a bit of another underappreciated tag team wrestler. He's a former Fusion Tag Team Champion with Rise, and then now with Damien. I think he's vastly thrown under the bus.
Like you said, underestimated easily, and then with Damien in his corner, obviously, it's a force to be reckoned with. Damien by himself, but like you said, underestimated. But that guy needs to chill a little bit, man. No one wants to be in your forest. Well, I personally don't want to be in your forest, but you know, if I get an invite for a Thanksgiving dinner, I'll be there.
You would go to the Bloody Forest for a little bit of Thanksgiving grub?
I wouldn't trust that.
If I was
invited to a family dinner, I'd show up.
Probably be like fried spiders or something. I wouldn't trust that very much. But we did just see Hoxton pull off a beautiful 21. Unfortunately, Stefan able to get a rope break, and now Shanaz in on the deal, gets a super kick right up under the jaw. And of course, it's the Undead who will defend their Fusion Tag Team titles against the winners of this second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic, as we are currently in the midst of our second first-round match. Already, Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade have advanced. Up next, we get the Real G's against Andrew Briggs and PJ Moon. And then our final first-round match, Alistair Knox and John Reed against Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. Only one team will be left standing, and perhaps the Hastings gonna take their ticket to the semifinals because Stefan up high. Ooh, of course you said that.
Now I know you know my feelings on Andrew Briggs. He's underutilized in my opinion. PJ Moon, I've watched a couple of his matches, and I know who he is, but I'm not. I mean I don't know. I can't form a solid opinion on him as a wrestler.
The only thing
the guy, he's got spunk, if you will.
Yeah, the only thing you can say about PJ Moon, I think, is I just had the word and then I lost it. He's interesting. So he's an enigma. That's what I was gonna say. An enigma. You can't really critique his in-ring style. I mean, obviously he gets the job done. He's won far more than he has. I think he's only lost 4 times since coming to CMV, but you can't really hammer down a solid opinion about PJ Moon because he's just
you know what? If I have any advice for PJ Moon, it's hey, you win some, you lose some, but don't take those losses so hard. You know what? Build on those losses.
Yeah, I think that's PJ
train harder
Moon's,
and become better.
I think that's his biggest downfall. Every time he loses, like recently in the Fatal 5-Way, we even just saw a tweet before. I don't know if it was a tweet. But, and even if he didn't tweet, he's been very vocal this past week about how upset and down on himself he is for losing that Fatal 5-Way, and he has set his sights even more ferociously. Is that ferociously? On Harvey Hastings.
Ferociously, yes.
Yeah, saying that Harvey is going to pay dearly for winning, and PJ just lets those losses get to him. So,
you know what it is? It's a young budding career. He just needs to mature a little bit more as a wrestler, and because I used to be the same way. I see a little bit of myself in him. I used to get just as mad, just as angry, blame myself, blame everyone, and you know what? And it's toxic. So, PJ, if you're listening, hey man, just take it, become better, let it make you a better person.
Some solid advice from the current #1 contender for the Outlaw World Championship. Shanaz lands a nasty super kick of Stefan, tag to Hoxton. Let's see if Hoxton come back in and seal the deals. We do have another question here from the Sea of Universe, and definitely one I'm excited to hear the answer about. If you had to create a new X-Gen but could not include any other member, kind of like Quantum's stint last season where he created Next Gen, if you had to create a new X-Gen, and let's say you had to include yourself and 2 others of the current roster, who would you put in that new X-Gen?
That's Matsuda Tanaka and Ziegler. That's too easy.
Oh, that was a quick one.
Easy question.
Tanaka. I know you're a big fan. Oh, misses that kick in the corner. So that's quite a stat. I don't know if Jacob Ziegler really fits in there, but Paul Devine, Matsuda Tanaka, Jacob Ziegler, that would be a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it.
Listen, Ziegler is X-Gen, he just doesn't know it yet. Okay.
I see. You're gonna have to tap him out in order to force him to join. Kind of like a Hayden deal. Right now, Hoxton, what's he doing? Lining up Stefan for another 21, but then I guess changed his mind and just throws Stefan out of the ring. All right. Well, I mean, I think Hoxton is, we were talking about PJ, kind of like the solar opposite of PJ Moon, because Shea Hoxton, despite, I think, losing more than he has won since coming to CMV, thinks he's undefeated, is so delusional that he believes he is currently 10-0. I mean, how do you feel about that kind of mindset? Do you think that aids somebody like him to think he's so good that he can't lose? That he just, if he does lose, in reality, even though he doesn't think so, I mean, that can't be good in the long run. One day he's going to realize that maybe he's not as good as he thinks he is, even though he is very good.
Well, that's the downfall of it, right? You don't lose. You've never tasted defeat, right? So how is he going to present himself? How is he going to pick himself up when he does lose? If he does lose.
When he does
let's
finally
make that clear.
admit
If he
that
does
he
lose. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, will he pick himself up? Will he crush himself? Will he quit? Will he, who knows? Who knows? It's who you are once you've tasted defeat that really shows the kind of person you are.
Well, if you're Stefan, you might not even know who you are when you wake up in the morning, because he's about to take his third 21 from Shea Hoxton, but Father Hastings, old Papa, just not allowing for the Hastings boys to take this L. You see how much these teams want it. Look what Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade had to do to keep down Adam Valentine and Dax Harris. Shea Hoxton trying to, taking on everybody now. Oh, but Hastings, the younger Hastings, Stefan from behind, taking the opening, the opportunity as Hoxton was distracted. And now just going to slam Hoxton face first off that top turnbuckle. Busted. The old gambling man himself wide open against Stefan, trying to take this match back into his favor. Hoxton's going to try to not allow that forearm smash right to the side of the head. And then I don't even know what the fuck to call that. It was like a barrel roll into like a calf kick type thing? But jig? Not sure. Into the corner though, and a tag to Shanaz Andoni. Some teamwork. Look at this. Wow, drop kick. Body splash. I love this is what I'm saying. What great chemistry between these two, even though they just fought earlier this week on Fusion. Great match they had, and Hoxton, of course, victorious. No hard feelings, it would seem. Trying to put that aside. Come out the victors, but right now Hastings gonna drill both his boots, bam, right into the side of Shanaz's head. Stefan into the ring, straight to the pin. Will the Hastings advance to the semifinals? 1, 2, no. Shea gonna make that save just in the nick of time, but now he's gonna pay for it too. 21! Wow! Harvey Hastings taking out Shea with his own maneuver now. Stefan to the top rope, and the Divine Arrow! Wow! 1, 2, 3, and I guess Stefan knew that you were watching, Paul, because winning the match off of your sister's staple maneuver.
Listen, that's a killer move.
What an ending that was, though. Hitting Shea with his own finishing move. Harvey taking out Hoxton with the 21, and Shea with the Divine Arrow, and the Hastings advance to the semifinals. Wow. I bet.
Like I said, that Hastings blood runs thick with determination. So I honestly didn't see them losing that match.
I'd bet money that Harvey told Stefan to hit that because he knows that you're watching.
Well, I mean, it's a fucking. The guy's athletic, I guess.
Obviously, a deadly maneuver. But there you have it. So our first semifinal match is set. Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade will meet Stefan and Harvey Hastings. But of course, we still have 2 first-round matches to get to, as up next, the Real G's will battle Andrew Briggs and PJ Moon. But what a tournament's already been so far. Yeah, Hoxton officially 11-0. I'm sure he's going to say after tonight, but in reality, the Hastings family going to get the best of him. So here we go. This is going to be a fun matchup, I can already tell.
Let me get on that workout, Harvey. That ab workout. Did you see those abs? God damn, I don't remember him being that cut when I was wrestling him last season.
I don't like the tone you're taking. I'm getting a Parker and you in the shower type of vibe right now.
Hey, listen, man. Anytime you want to wash my back from the front.
Well, here we go. You can already see on screen and probably think up yourself that this is going to be an interesting collision, as the Real G's of Monday Night Fusion, Byron Elliott and Terry Sherman, about to take on the Most definitely, I think maybe the dark horse team, I'm going to say, of this tournament, PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, who have never teamed together before, but of course, both superstars hot as hell right now on an infusion, especially Andrew Briggs, both a part of that #1 contenders fatal 5-way earlier this week. And I know you touched a little bit on both Andrew Briggs and PJ Moon. Any thoughts at all about the real G's, though? If you even know who these guys are. I'm not too sure if you've been keeping up with Fusion now that you're on the old Friday nights. No thoughts. No.
I'm sorry. Were you?
Shower?
I was.
Yeah, I was checking my.
I was
making
no,
sure Parker's
I got a phone
there.
call. I apologize. No, hey man.
I do that too. I check just about every hour to make sure Parker's not in my shower.
You never know.
But I think that the real G's are definitely going to be the underdogs of this match. No doubt about it, going up against two main event tier superstars coming together that could create quite a formidable alliance. I know that both PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs are very excited. They voiced that much on Twitter over this past week.
Yeah, Andrew Briggs has got a new, he's got a whole new aura about him, if you will.
Yeah.
He's hungry. He's become something different. So
yeah, ever since finally dispatching Matt Devious, you can see that he's just gotten better. I think he's better than he's ever been before. Unbeaten, even though he did lose that fatal 5-way, was not pinned, and a lot of people consider Andrew Briggs to be the rightful #1 contender. They want to see him finally break that glass ceiling. Came so close last season by winning King of the Ring, but well, your own brother made sure that didn't happen. Hayden beating him not once but twice with the championship on the line. But perhaps the biggest question of them all in CMV today is what is in Byron Elliott's cup? Because nobody knows. I can't figure it out. I'm asking everybody backstage. I even asked him. He just shrugged me off. What is in Byron Elliott's cup? I do not know.
I'll tell you right now, my
know.
money goes on G Fuel. I don't know if you've ever had it.
Oh, you're go for it. A little bit of a Keemstar fan. G Fuel is what keeps. Oh, there's the Running Man though. Paul, could you do a Running Man that good? Be honest with me. How high can you get these up?
Yeah, listen. Hey, you watching, brother? You watching? Look at that. Huh?
Wow. All right.
Maybe
I was wrong. I was wrong.
Do it better. The Running Man, that's too easy. I was born to do the Running Man. That's the only move I have in the club, actually.
Paul Devine in the club doing the Running Man in the middle of the dance floor is something I want to see. Well, whatever Byron Elliott's got in the cup, he throws it to Terry Sherman, who's going to put it in the mixer as they look to mix it up here in the second annual X10 Tag Team Classic. The Real G's looking to get a step closer to becoming the team of Monday nights. That's the Real G with the Real D you're looking at right there, Paul. I don't know if you knew about it.
Yeah, I don't know if I appreciate the way you said that, to be honest.
Well, Terry Sherman and Byron Elliott both CMV veterans as singles competitors throughout the years, largely unmatched, but now have come together as one. The dawn of CMV's next chapter, and are hoping to become the next X-Gen. Maybe with a little bit of a different spin on it, though. Oh, look at that mixer. I mixed that well. Woo! Terry Sherman's got a career in bacon.
Move that I do in the clubs.
Well, in this match, the Real G's are definitely going to have the edge, I'd say, when it comes to chemistry. They've been a tag team longer. They're actual friends. They're close to one another. I'm sure they're coming with a game plan, but can anything prepare them for the Enigma, for the Unicorn King, Paul? Look at this man. Don't tell me you're not getting slightly aroused. I bet you wouldn't mind if PJ Moon came up behind you in the shower.
I don't know. I am being mesmerized.
PJ Moon just has an aura about him that encapsulates the CM universe. Maybe it's that purple smoke. I'm not saying anything, but perhaps a little bit of toxins leaking into the arena here. Under the influence of PJ Moon. But this guy definitely, since arriving in CMV towards the end of last season.
What's in that smoke? Because, like you said, I'm being influenced a little bit right now.
PJ Moon skyrocketing to the forefront of Monday Night Fusion, debuting towards the end of last season, of course, at Purgatory in the second annual Deadly Games, and at Ascendance, defeating Chris Diamond inside a Hell in a Cell. And, well, PJ Moon has the potential to be the man on Monday Night Fusion. He just needs that one opportunity. But, well, we talked about earlier how he takes these losses really hard, but they are losses that mattered. He lost Money in the Bank, and then he lost the Fatal 5-Way. Every chance he's had to become #1 contender has passed him by. But
listen, he's
tonight,
got like we said earlier. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like we said earlier, the guy's got something about him. He's got heart, right? Oh my God, he's got heart, right? If he can, what am I watching? If he can keep in check. If he can keep in check his emotions on like getting hit, getting beat, taking a bump, then we'll see. Him and Andrew Briggs could take this whole thing easily. But it comes down to if he could keep his emotions in check.
We saw, like you put it exactly before, the underdog team last year win the X-Gen Tag Team Classic. Vintage Joey Bacon and El Jefe coming out on top. And I think that PJ Moon and this man, leather jacket and all, Andrew Briggs, have got the chance to repeat history. They are two of the most charismatic individuals we have got on Monday Night Fusion, and I'm making a prediction right now, quote me, I think both PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs are going to have a run with that World Championship this season. No offense to Jacob Ziegler. I certainly hope he has a long, healthy reign. Of course, it might come to an end in just 24 hours, but I'm calling it right now. There's no way PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs don't finally win that big one. There he is in all of his glory, the three-time record-setting light heavyweight champion, the king of the ring, Andrew Briggs.
He's an animal. Always been a fan of his. Always.
The real G's versus PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs. It'll be Byron Elliott and Moon starting things off. Moon bringing the top rope with him as the bell rings. Forearm smash. Byron going to enjoy a bit of a height advantage, but not by much. Snap vertical suplex. Gets things started. Woo! European uppercut staggers him just a bit into the collar elbow tie. But I think the matchup that people are most looking forward to is going to be up next, because, man, it's going to be a collision. It's a hard one to call. I truly cannot make a decision. John Reed and Alistair Knox versus Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. I mean, you got Knox and Reed. You got the United States World Champion. Oh, it's going to be a show stealer, no doubt about it. But there we get a clean break. I'm a bit surprised about,
if you will.
Well, there have been already an extreme amount of match of the year contenders. Percy Simmons and Jacob Ziegler at Retaliation just this past Friday night, where you made your grand return. We had an instant clash between Matsuda Tanaka, of course, the man you christened, united to be the next Paul Devine, in fact. And then, of course,
you heard it here first.
Well, how did it feel after becoming #1 contender at the end of last season? Of course, winning your first ever Elimination Chamber, and then for the past about month or so, you've been in Japan touring, promoting to come back. How did it feel to be back in the ring?
Listen, that press, man, it felt good going to my homeland, promoting. I sent an invite to Tanaka. He didn't want to be there. That's fine. But coming back, right, to the greatest crowd, the greatest fans in the world, is just the best clean feeling that I've ever had in my life, right? And then winning too. Come on now. I do it for the fans. I do it for everyone.
Well, do you do it for The Rock?
Yes, I do.
Well, we just saw some great teamwork between PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs. A little bit of an assisted cross body from the top rope. But you definitely gave Kevin Silva a shiner on the jaw. I don't think he's going to forget anytime soon. But speaking of Japan, tonight the Fusion Superstars are competing for the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. But in just a couple of months, we're going to be going to Tokyo, Japan for the going to be the fourth annual Tag Team Cup, which is a Genesis exclusive event. I wonder if maybe we'll see Divine and a partner.
You know, they
hop in on that one.
You know, they never want to book me, man. They never want to bring the moneymaker in. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, you were at last year's Tag Team Cup. You lost the United States title actually to Pierre Thompson.
I'm calling it now.
Oh,
let me get
wow.
Tanaka. Let's
what a
make
match
a
that
run.
would be. That would maybe be one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I would look forward to that. But look at this.
Let's
Knees
make
to
a
the
run.
face by Andrew Briggs with those jeans on. Hitting Byron hard. Goes for a kick to the back, though. Byron Elliott moves out of the way just in the nick of time. Goes for a forearm smash. Dodges it. Knee to the midsection. Off the ropes. Leg drop. Bulldog. By one half of the Real G's and wasted no time. Elliott on the hunt. Andrew Briggs and PJ Moon. Can they handle the chemistry of the Real G's? What is this? Oh, nasty pimp drop. 1, 2. Oh, nearly by the skin of his teeth.
That was
able to put down Briggs.
Don't even count Briggs out. Don't even count him out.
Grabbing a hold of the arm. I don't think anybody should ever count on Andrew Briggs. Look what he's already done this season. Beat Jacob Ziegler in a non-title match. And that's after being attacked by Bannon during the match. Going on to beat Bannon at Retaliation as well. You can already feel it. This is going to be a great season for Andrew Briggs. And maybe it all begins with he and PJ Moon, the unlikeliest of allies, winning the second annual Next Gen Tag Team Classic.
We got a tweet here from Reed, I believe. He says he doesn't even like X-Gen. Why is he in this tournament? I've outspokenly been one of the biggest fans of John Reed, so I don't understand why he doesn't like us. But you know what, guy?
John Reed
like
likes anybody.
All right? Good luck.
To be fair, John Reed's not a fan of
John
great
Reed
many people, so.
And Knox, that's almost a dream team, to be honest with you. Kent and Ziegler's a dream team. John Reed and fucking Knox is a dream team. So that, like I said, that's gonna be the match of the year almost.
Well, we've many times before. Hot tag made to PJ Moon. We've done this thing, a Mount Rushmore of superstars who haven't won the world title, and Andrew Briggs always been on there. John Reed always been on there. Pierre Thompson was a big one. People always said, and the fourth usually was who was the fourth? Well, let's ask you. If that was the three, Andrew Briggs, John Reed, Pierre Thompson. Do you agree with Thompson? And
it was Ziegler. It was Ziegler, right?
That was, I think, yeah. Before he recently won the championship.
Yeah,
you're right.
Before he finally won.
But let's say now that he's off there. Let's say now that he's off there. Who would be your fourth? Who would you put up there for a superstar that has yet to win the world title? You feel like should have by now.
Man, that's Briggs. Has he won one? No, we already said that. I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't even know where I'm
the
at.
current Mount Rushmore is Andrew Briggs, John Reed, and Pierre Thompson. If you had to put a fourth, who would you right up there alongside them?
That's you know what?
Wait. Let me put you on pause.
Nope.
Oh, never mind. Go on. I thought that was the end right there. My bad.
You know what? That was almost the end. That was a close.
I thought PJ had
a close finish. You know what? Man,
it is a tough one. I think if
Marcantel maybe.
There you go. That's a good one.
I mean, he's been around for a minute, right?
He's been around since CMV nearly about as long as you, I think. I think you guys debuted right around the same time.
Twisted.
Well, get what twisted? I literally think you guys debuted within
I'm
weeks.
pretty.
I think
I'm
he even
pretty
debuted before
sure.
you did.
I'm pretty sure that's not.
Correctly.
There's no way.
Well, Markdo's definitely a great pick. I'd say I'd probably agree with that. That is quite a four. Andrew Briggs, John Reed, Pierre Thompson, and Marcantel. No doubt about it. Four of the best that have never made it to the top, but making it to the top could be the Real G's destiny here tonight. Hot tag. In comes Byron Elliott on fire. Clothesline. PJ keeps getting up, though, and Byron just keeps knocking him back down. PJ wants that hot tag. Byron does a good job of cutting him off, though. Knee to the midsection, leg drop. Bulldog rears its ugly head once again. And now Byron takes a bit of a breather. He ain't feeling too good right now. I don't think the real G's are used to such a fight.
Just high octane.
Going so long.
High octane, man. High energy.
I guess PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs used to main event battles that wage for 20 minutes plus, whereas the real G's, young into their careers as a tag team, haven't been used to going longer than like 10 minutes or even.
And that's what it is. You put two high octane, high energy guys together who are used to those types of matches, and well, they might not have good chemistry, but you don't need it if you got energy.
We know that PJ Moon is the Unicorn King. Right now, he's getting absolutely demolished with this Unicorn Stampede from the real G's. Insult to injury. The green-haired warrior about to get blasted as Terry gets shot like a goddamn ball out of a cannon. And Byron Elliott doing a little bit of a twerk right there, I do believe. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. Moon ain't gonna get beaten like that, like a dog. Kicked down in the gutter. Trying to fire back now. You can't see me, says Terry. Big shot to the face. Uh-oh. Terry is looking to take PJ Moon downtown. Got him. PJ's in big trouble, barely surviving the Unicorn Stampede, now going downtown. If Andrew Briggs does not make the save, the real G's may advance. Andrew Briggs, though, going to be able to make it past Byron Elliott. This match going to continue. Byron takes himself out, rip in peace. And now Andrew is giving PJ Moon the time he needs to try to recuperate. Can he get back up? Both men down. What a match. Looking at it, it looks like Terry's going to begin to stir first. Going to try to pin PJ Moon again, maybe. Nope. What's he doing? PJ gets up, dodges the kick to the back. Super kick to the back of the head.
Ooh, that's never good.
Uh-oh, whoa.
That's a match finisher.
PJ losing his mind a little bit there. I've never seen him do something like that. A little bit, oh, look at that, though. Moodalock applied by PJ Moon here on Terry Sherman. Interesting way of getting into it. And Terry taps! PJ Moon with the Moodalock advances he and Andrew Briggs to the semifinals.
That's a little bit of that. That's what we talked about, though. Could he take a hit? Could he take a loss? You know what? He freaked out a little bit there and did not want that loss.
I guess on this night you could say that his what's the word I'm looking for? His desire to not lose kind of aided him a little bit. Freaked out, had a bit of a mental breakdown. Went into that Moodalock, a move I've never seen him use before, and it was actually enough to make Terry Sherman submit.
But that's the what's the word I'm looking for?
He's got to control his temper. He's got to, because it's going to be a detriment more than an assist to him.
That could have went two ways, and you know what? It actually went into his favor this time.
Well, PJ Moon, Andrew Briggs endure the real G's to make it to the semifinals, and now we find out who they will meet there. Our final first round match: Alistair Knox and John Reed versus Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. Here we go. The match we've been waiting for. Woo! Which team is the bigger dream team? I do not know. I cannot pick. There's too many variables here. I'm not gonna say either way. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the world implode as these four men share a ring together. But excuse me. This is the first time we're seeing Alistair Knox return to the ring since he lost his championship to Ryan Kent back at Retaliation. So one has to wonder what sort of mindset Knox might be in. Is he going to let his emotions get the better of him and just try to tear into Ryan Kent, which might play him right into the hands of Kent and Ziegler? Or can he control himself, I'd say knowing Knox, well, knowing him as much as anybody can over these past couple of years, and of course becoming the longest reigning United States champion of all time, tying Ryan Kent's record for most defenses of a championship in CMV history. Not able to break it though, because of course Kent went and beat him to win the championship at Retaliation, as we said. And then you got John Reed also, who's got to be feeling a bit down on himself regarding the fact that he also lost that fatal 5-way number 1 contenders match earlier this week. We also saw that tweet a few moments ago where he said he doesn't even want to be here. So are these two going to be able to get on the same page? Can Kent and Ziggler get on the same page? Too many questions. We truly just have to watch this one unfold, because you just can't.
Listen, he says he doesn't want to be here, but I promise you right now, he just like Harvey, who we thought wasn't going to give 100%. These are competitors. John Reed might not want to be here, but he's a competitor, right? He's going to push himself 100% to win this.
Well, I'd also say that no matter how much of a show or a front any of these guys put on, a fat bonus check, a trophy, and a shot at gold is not something to turn down or a superstar is going to look away from. We didn't even bring up the fact that Alistair Knox and John Reed have a long history. John Reed, of course, beat Alistair Knox back at CyberSlam last year to win his only title to date throughout his CMV career, that being the Anarchy Championship. And Alistair Knox twice this season defeated John Reed to retain the United States title. So these guys are on a slippery slope. We'll see if they can maintain stability or not. Damn, John Reed, before he comes out here telling you to keep his name out your mouth. Put some respect on his name, he's saying. I think Paul Devine's done nothing but put respect on John's name.
Yeah, you know what, man? Hey, listen. Hey, come see me. Come see me, Reed.
Well, there he is, the ominous, bone-chilling, shiver-inducing Alistair Knox, the former Rising Star champion, former Anarchy champion, history maker, Alistair Knox, and perhaps the most deadly maneuver throughout CMV's history, wielding the deep guillotine choke, the censorship. And Paul, as a man who probably in his arsenal has some of the most well-known moves, the 24th punch, timestamp, divine intervention, that censorship. I don't think you've ever faced Alistair Knox. If you did, I don't remember, but I mean, that censorship, it is deadly.
Yeah, it's a move that I've seen, I've heard of, and I've watched live myself.
You're happy to have not been in it, I'm going to imagine.
You know what? I would still beat his ass, but no, I'm glad that I've never been in it.
Alistair Knox, with that censorship, has risen to the top of Monday Night Fusion. Can he and John Reed, though, can they work together? Two of the spookiest boys. John Reed, the fallen angel, the former tag team competitor. So that might lend its aid a bit in this scenario. On the opposite side, of course, Ryan Kent, been in a couple of tag teams, really the most he's never really been, well, he's a former World Tag Team Champion, of course. He and Zach Payne won the inaugural CMV Tag Team Cup, the two-man power trip, never forget, too sweet. But he and Zach Payne didn't stick around for very long. Of course, he was a part of X-Gen, but that was when X-Gen was on that mass recruit, and we never really saw him in tag team action. Then you got Ziggler, who also a former Fusion Tag Team Champion. He and Hayden last season, but again, that lasted like, 3 weeks? So, there's experience on their side, but none that I'd really write home about. It's going to be an interesting one.
You know, the only reason why Kent got recruited was because we saw him as one of the future of X-Gen, right? But he's a two-faced snake who, as soon as he used our name to become bigger than he was already, he turned his back on us. So
I've always heard you guys use that argument, but honestly, I gotta say, I think Ryan Kent was already a pretty big deal before he joined X-Gen. To be fair.
Yeah, but let me ask you this though. You've got what, world champ, you got US, you got Anarchy, and then you know what? Underneath all that, you got ex-gen member on your on your little fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something that everyone wants, right? And he got it, and then he was.
That's
done.
an accomplishment superstars chase after to put on their resume. It was the next gen.
Exactly.
Well, there's the man, John Reed, creepily, as always, making his way into the ring. And whenever John Reed puts on those camo pants, yeah, you know that he's gearing up for what he knows is going to be a fight. Excuse me. And there's that infamous "You Think You Know Me" echoing throughout the arena as the fire starter Ryan motherfucking Kent with that United States Championship around his waist, as much of a slippery snake as he might be, a guaranteed future Hall of Famer, the most decorated champion in CMV history, and in capturing the U.S. title, there is only one title, Paul, that he has not held in CMV. That's the Fusion Tag Team title. So if he wins this tournament, very well might cross that off the list.
Wasn't even aware that he had a belt. Good for him.
Beat Alistair Knox recently at Retaliation.
Oh, really?
In order to win the championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, Knox, you just went down 2 notches in my book.
Well, that match was actually history-making either way, because if Knox would have won, then he would have shattered Kent's record for most defenses of a championship. And then, of course, if Kent would have won, he would have become United States champion, one of the few titles he has yet to hold. Oh, but here comes your boy, the one and only, the pride of Scotland, the CMV undisputed champion of the world, Jacob
the future ex-gen
Ziegler.
member. Don't forget that.
Of course. Can't put that on his resume though until he's actually been an ex-gen. I don't think you can put future ex-gen member on your list of accomplishments.
That'll put your resume above everyone else's though.
And as I said,
even future ex-gen member will put your resume above everyone else's.
You know, now that I'm thinking
endorsed
about it,
by the Asian sensation.
Now that I'm thinking about it, both Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler have held titles with their enemies. So maybe they're actually a little bit of a secret favorite, because they know what it's like to hold championships. They can move past personal grudges in order to focus on the task at hand. Ryan Kent did it with Zach Payne. Jacob Ziegler did it with Hayden. Maybe their odds are better. They've worked with men they've hated before. I don't think that Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler even necessarily hate each other. I don't think they've ever crossed
I don't think they hate each other.
recently.
No. I mean, Ziegler hates everyone, and Kent's a fucking snake. But that doesn't mean that they hate each other.
Well, they are the two top champions on Monday Night Fusion. Maybe they'll become tag team champs as well. That'll be a lot of gold to be toting around between the two of them. So here we go, our final first round match. Already tonight, Chris Proudfoot, Jason Spade have advanced. We saw the the team of Harvey and Stefan Hastings advance. We just saw PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs advance now. Of course, going right after each other. The animosity pouring over from Retaliation. Alistair Knox and Kent kick things off. Woo! Hot! And there goes Knox. Luthez press. Drilling the fist into the jaw. I'm sure you're happy to see that.
This is a finals matchup right now, and it's a shame to see them so early on. This should be for the cup right here, honestly.
Well, either way, I'm going to be, no matter which team wins this, I'm going to be looking forward to PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs versus either Alistair Knox, John Reeder, Ryan Kent, and Jacob Ziegler. Semifinal is going to be lit, no doubt about that. Into the front headlock, punch to the back of the head. Did we even ask your favorite? I don't think we. I think you picked Kent and Ziegler.
Yeah,
right.
Kent and Ziegler. Yeah, that's my choice.
Wow,
that's my pick.
I did not expect this at all. Some actual teamwork between Knox and Reed there. Knox even going so far as let Reed balanced himself on his back. Fires back though. Just a fire.
Now, like I said earlier, Spade and Hoxton. That'd be a good. I mean, that's a fan favorite, right? One of my favorites. I would like to see that.
I believe he made Spade and Proudfoot. The disrespect.
Yeah, my bad.
Wow.
My bad. I apologize. I caught it. All right. You just didn't give me a chance. Reed and I'm a fan of Reed, so I'd like to see. I'm not a fan of Knox, so. But Reed, I'd like to see.
You're not a fan of Knox.
Go forward. No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of Knox.
Wow. That's interesting.
I've never been a fan.
Nearly everyone I cross paths with say they see Knox as being the future man of Monday Night Fever. They see him going to the very top. It's interesting that you say otherwise.
No, I don't see it.
Well, Alistair Knox, the kind of guy I believe would not care either way about what you think. Just got his knee drilled in his face and a couple to the gut as well from
such a bad boy.
Match. These two have never fought before. This is a one-on-one match I would pay to see. Look at that Irish whip into the corner though. Ziegler cut up from behind, elbow to the side of the head. Now misses the drop kick though. Both guys missing their intended maneuvers. Suplex toss nearly throws him right into John Regan. Boot to the top of the head though. Stuns the champ momentarily. Again, both men missing their intended strikes on each other. Whoa! And look at how dangerous Knox is, man. In a second, he has locked Ziegler into a triangle choke. You blinked, you missed it, and Ziegler's in trouble, but able to escape. However, the damage to the arm might be done. And of these four, I'd probably say most definitely you know Ziegler the best. The countless battles you've had, notably the Iron Man match you went to war in, but Jacob Ziegler now the man and on Monday Night Fusion. You gotta be happy for him, right? He's finally world champion.
One of the greatest competitors I've ever been up against. But there's a reason why he's champ now, right? I'm in Genesis.
Oh, I see.
I'm in Genesis.
Oh, wow.
So I mean, as much as I love the guy, as much as a competitor as he is, there's a reason why he's champ. He's the second best in Fusion, and once I left, obviously he became number one on Fusion. So
Paul Divide pats you on the back, says, "Good job, champ," and then kicks you in the balls and says, "Because I'm not there." Vintage Divide.
I mean, it's fact. It's fact. It's fact. Hands down.
Well, I think we're all waiting for the day when Ziegler and Divide finally get in the ring against each other once again. But for now, Ziegler has got a whole lot on his mind because, again, in just 24 hours, tomorrow night on Fusion, he's going to be defending his world championship against Harvey Hastings. And, I mean, that would be a hell of a finals. Imagine if Hastings and Son makes it to the finals. Whoa, wow! What?
There you go.
What?
There you go.
Ziegler with a buckle.
Listen.
I have never seen Knox so easily beaten.
Listen, I told you he was a competitor.
What the hell?
That just shows you how.
Wow.
You said Knox was the future. Guess what? Well, I see him send him back to NGW.
I cannot. The only thing I can fathom is that Knox is still reeling from retaliation. I have never seen him go down so easy. He's only ever gone down a handful of times. Ziegler beats him with a buckle bomb, and Kent barely broke a sweat in that match.
Put that belt on my shoulder. Let's go.
I mean,
what did Kent do?
He didn't do anything. Maybe though that's a strategy because now Ziegler and Kent are virtually 100%.
That's just basically a recap of when Kent was the next gen. Did fucking absolutely nothing. And just rode the coattails of the greatest. And what is he doing again? Riding those coattails.
I mean, there's no denying the buckle bomb is a dangerous maneuver, but I just can't believe one. And that early on is all it took. But I think you gotta point out, Ryan Kent and Ziegler hardly took any damage there. They are going to be at just about 100% going against Moon and Briggs, who put up quite a fight against the real G's. But wow, I can't even truly put into words.
I'm just seeing. Listen, I'm not gonna lie. These are some good match. All these look like main event pay-per-view matchups from here on out.
Excuse me. Well, my friends, despite all the surprises, that's what CMV is about, of course. You never know what can happen. Alistair Knox, I mean, I don't know what happened, but hopefully he can pick himself up and dust himself off. He's not a tag team wrestler. Neither is John Reed. Gotta wonder how Reed feels about that. Again, he said he doesn't care, but I'm sure he's got to feel a bit peeved that Knox went down so easy. John Reed not even involved in the decision, and now it's out of his hands. But nevertheless, we move on because it is semifinals time. Second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic. Both these teams have had a good amount of time to rest up. Chris Proudfoot, Jason Spade, who made it past Adam Valentine and Dax Harris, and the Hastings, I should say, boys, father and son, who defeated the team of Shanaz Andoni and Shay Hoxton. This team makes it to the finals, one step closer to a big old bonus check, a custom trophy hand-delivered to them by COO of CMV, and a man you know very well, Triple H, as well as a shot at the Fusion Tag Team titles. Let's get it on, as Proudfoot and Stefan are going to start things off.
Well, Spade and Proudfoot, their battle was a little longer, to be honest. They took a lot more damage.
Yeah, it was, definitely. I mean, Harvey and Stefan definitely put up a hell of a fight against... I'd say Stefan took a lot of damage. He took 321s from Hoxton, but yeah, I'd surely say that Proudfoot and Spade went through the longer battle, but they've also had the longer amount of time to rest up. It's been about a little over an hour, I think, since they finished their match, so... They've been in the back. They've been resting, drinking some water, hot towel, whereas Harvey and Stefan have maybe only had half an hour.
1 hour's not going to heal a broken arm, Dashing. Okay?
Yeah, well, to your point, as soon as the match started, Proudfoot grabbed the back of his head. So watch Proudfoot, because he might have a neck injury, might have maybe a concussion going on, something. It's not looking good. Harvey now in the ring, as is Proudfoot, and I'm going to imagine that your pick is Proudfoot and Spade here. Over Harvey and Stefan?
No, it's going to be the Hastings. I'm sorry. They're
really?
Just, I mean, I don't want... Did I say I want them to win? No. But it's Hastings and his son. So, I mean, what, a second generation? Obviously, he knows the ropes. He knows what it has to be done to get in there. Well, now, Spade, I want Spade to win. I want Spade and Proudfoot to win. I've never watched Proudfoot fight before or wrestle before, but I'm going to give it to the Hastings. It's a family tradition.
Say, I'm a bit perplexed at how Spade's carrying himself since this match started. Not one to usually bend the rules in his favor, but he was just choking out at Hastings pretty viciously, pretty aggressively there for a minute. I'd never really seen him do something like that before. A bit of dirty heel tactics, but. Well, I guess it pays off because Harvey's not looking good. Long road home. And to the top rope. Kudo. Did he hit it? Did he hit that? I don't think he did. Double boot stomp attempted, but I think he only clipped Harvey. Maybe on the arm. I don't think he fully got that. Well, even if he didn't, Harvey in trouble now. You can see Proudfoot not looking too hot in the apron. This might be up to Spade. Goes for the Lanzenberg lobotomy. Harvey counters. Oh, and a basement drop kick by the #1 contender. And you know Harvey would love to get to the finals, and hoping that Kent and Ziggler make it through so he can get a taste of Ziggler before tomorrow night. But that's your projected finals? The Hastings versus Kent and Ziggler, you're calling it?
I could see that, yeah, easily.
I think I might have to agree with you, but a hot tag there to Stefan. Let's see if he can pick up the pace. Also a tag made to Proudfoot, and look at Stefan, goes right for the head. Obviously his
on that note,
well.
On that note, no one saw, like you said, El Jefe and old Joey making it to the finals. So anything can happen, but like I said, Hastings versus Ziggler and Kent. That's gonna be my call.
Truly, anything can happen. We just saw Alistair Knox, one of the most dominant men of all time, beaten in a handful of minutes. Something I would never imagine to see, but
yeah, well,
that's
when
how
you're
it
garbage,
goes.
you're garbage.
Well, slide effect there by Proudfoot on Stefan, and it gets the 3 count.
Oh,
Proudfoot
no way.
for Spade and he.
Oh,
and there you
goodness.
go. There you go. Just a minute after calling it for the Hastings, Spade and Proudfoot.
You know who got pinned though? The Sun. What I can only imagine the weaker of the two. We were not as experienced of the two.
We just brought up how the Hastings had a far less amount of time to rest up, and Stefan in the match against Shanaz and Hoxton took a lot of damage. 321s from Shea Hoxton. So Proudfoot hitting his signature side effect there. Enough. Deal closed. To the finals. Whatever animosity they had earlier this week on Fusion seems to have subsided. They're back on the same page. Spade and Proudfoot to the finals.
Hey, I did say I would love to see Spade win it all, so.
Well, he is just one step closer to doing so, baby. Who are they going to face? PJ Moon or PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, I should say. Or Ryan Kent and Jacob Ziegler. And a Harvey just with a snarl on his face as he doesn't even help his son Stefan to his feet. Just walking to the back. You can tell Harvey's a bit salty about that, but, well, he's got far larger things to worry about now anyway. I'm sure he is going to go to the back.
You can either be proud or disappointed, and he took the lower route and is very disappointed, it looked like.
Can't say you're too surprised for a man like Harvey.
Yeah, you're right, 100%. That man's pride is through the roof.
I can't kick this cough
here. Now, the short amount of time that Jacob Ziegler and Kent have had to rest, plus took nearly no damage.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be. Yeah. This is gonna be an uphill battle for Briggs and PJ Moon.
PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, for sure, had to work hard to take down the real G's, whereas Kent and Ziegler blew by their first round match quick and easy, and they basically just went to the back, maybe took a sip of water, and are coming right back out. So how are Moon and Briggs going to fare? Like you said, it's going to be an uphill battle for them, but if anybody can get it done, they're the underdogs here. They were the dark horse of this entire tournament. They've made it to the semis. Proudfoot and Spade awaiting the winners, who is going to punch their ticket as Moon and Kent start things off against each other. Right out of the gate again. Again, though, much like I mentioned about Proudfoot, as soon as the bell rang, PJ Moon grabbed at his ribs. So that's instantly an indicator that something's going on with his midsection. Look at this, though. He tries to roll up Kent. Oh, my God, if he does this. Whoa, that was a close count. If he would have gotten that, I would have been out of my seat. You were going to say something.
If you want to, I was going to say, if you want a picture perfect, like movie style finish, it would be PJ Moon, Andrew Briggs versus Proudfoot. And Spade.
The two teams that you didn't think would make it to the finals, no doubt about it. That would be an underdog finale, and the ultimate underdogs would end up winning it all. But here we go. Andrew Briggs now in off the tag, man. Briggs is looking heated. Clothesline again, and of course he and Ryan Kent know each other all too well. They've battled over the light heavyweight championship for years. They haven't faced off against each other in a while though. So fun to see them back in the ring, toe to toe. Here comes Kent, man, and his unmatched power. No matter what you think about Kent, he is bar none the strongest man on all of Monday Night Fusion. Especially this season, he's gotten more swole. He is jacked. I have never seen him so fucking beefy.
He's got some meat on him. Yeah, you're right.
Now here comes this vintage Kent, just onslaught. Clothesline, back body drop, spine buster. Briggs has felt this many times before. Kick to the midsection. Single knee face breaker. You know that move, Devon, and it busts Briggs wide open. Not a good sign. We are already seeing how well-versed Kent and Ziegler are. And we're already seeing how tired and fatigued Andrew Briggs and PJ Moon are.
Like I said, look, I mean, you can see fucking Kent looks fresh. Like he didn't even have a match before this, which he didn't, because Ziegler he did really absolutely nothing.
Oh my God! Look at Andrew's face. He is drenched in blood, and in comes Ziegler. And paying homage to you. Suplex it out, powerbomb. And it's interesting because Ziegler actually recently has started using the divine intervention to finish his matches, so he obviously knows you're watching.
There's a reason, though. There's a reason, okay? That's called respect amongst wrestlers.
And also the move works, obviously. 5-time world champion sitting next to me here. But here comes Andrew Briggs, man, even though he's got a face looking like a goddamn stuck pig, bashing those knees, and definitely the most dangerous part about Andrew Briggs' in-ring ability, those knees, and he's about to show us exactly why right here. Shining Wizard, Andrew Briggs pulls out the chant, clothesline. Kent's trying to distract the referee, gives Ziegler some time to recuperate. Will it be enough? Briggs with the upset. 1, 2. Oh, just a 2 count.
That's not enough.
PJ Moon's able to take out Kent. Yeah, again, Ziegler fresh. And just kicking Briggs right in the shin. Talked about it earlier. Season premiere, Briggs knocked off Ziegler one-on-one non-title match. Ziegler wants to get that win back right here. Uh-oh. And much like Knox met his demise with the buckle bomb, Ziegler goes for it. Briggs counters, jumping DDT by the king of the ring. Oh, surprise small package by Ziegler. Wow, can he steal it here? But Moon on the lookout for his partner.
You can tell Briggs was watching the footage backstage when he reversed that buckle bomb.
Did not want to pull a Knox, but man, Ziegler with the last gasp of breath, hot tag made to Ryan Kent, and Ryan Kent immediately is grabbed up by Briggs, who just continues to gush blood out of that cut across his forehead. No doubt he's getting some stitches tonight, but wow, that was just disrespectful from Kent there. A slap across the face.
As much as
a double boot stomp.
As much as Kent did absolutely jack shit last match, Kent's actually holding it down this match, knowing that Ziegler did most of the
he's taking the cake.
Most of the heavy work.
It's I can't necessarily say for sure, but it seems to me that Kent and Ziegler definitely talked before this tournament started and devised a game plan. Ziegler, you take the first match, I'll take the second match, keeping each other fresh, frequent tags in and out. But here comes Andrew Briggs again, the knees to the face, and Kent's in trouble. Briggs is putting this match on his back. He should have made a tag as soon as he started bleeding that bad, but he is like a workhorse right now. Rolling neck snap.
I feel like Briggs thinks that PJ Moon can't win that, the one that matters. So he's trying to
maybe he
carry
won't
himself.
have to, because Briggs, Shining Wizard clothesline. I don't know if Ziegler's going to be in a good enough condition to come in and save Kent here, but well, Kent saves himself. Able to kick out at 2.99999 while Ziegler just goddamn throws PJ Moon up into the air, knocking her to the outside, and Ziegler can continue the damage on PJ Moon, but distracting Moon, allowing Kent to size up Andrew Briggs. The Kent Clash, Bay, the fire starters got it in the bag. 1, 2, just a 2 count. And wow, Kent, look at the reaction of Kent. That's exactly how Divine's looking over here right now.
Yeah, that's usually a match finisher.
Oh, come on. Don't do this. No. Yes, thank you. Kent gonna go into his bag of dirty tricks trying to use the ropes for leverage there, but luckily Briggs survives. I don't know how, don't ask me. But Briggs has got to make a tag to PJ Moon right now. Not that Moon is in much better condition, but Briggs is looking like he's half dead right now, so I think anything is better than his current
state. The way this
state.
match has been going, I don't think PJ Moon is in the right state of mind, seeing this slipping as we speak, slipping through his fingers.
Well, Andrew Briggs has a lot to prove, and I think even more so than the past few years in his career, because all eyes are on him this season. He's been hailed by many, including Ziegler and yourself earlier. This is going to be his season. The spotlight is shining down on him. He wants to make an impression. He wants to prove that he can, tangle with the best, and certainly the best is in this match right now. And maybe even more than that, he knows Ryan Kent. They've had countless battles. They've both beaten each other. He doesn't want to give Kent that satisfaction. There's always going to be an underlining feud between these two to be the better man. Oh, Kent gets his chest slammed into the apron there. And of course, the apron, hardest part of the ring. That is not going to feel good. I've always been impressed with Briggs' will and heart, but this is not smart. He's got to tag to the Moon. And just look at that. He can barely breathe. Slowing down, he keeps falling. Blood completely all over his face. His vision's obscured. But look at this. Still does not quit. Ken in the corner again. Andrew Briggs, Shining Wizard, into the clothesline. Moon's got to get in there and stop Ziggler if he can. This might do it. 1, 2, 3. He did it. Wow. Andrew Briggs. Yes. You have got to be kidding me. Andrew Briggs. Do not call out Andrew Briggs ever.
And you know what? I called it at the beginning of the match. Dream come true. Two of the biggest underdogs.
Wow. And Andrew Briggs,
of the biggest underdogs,
for sure,
about to meet in the finals.
Yeah, we were talking about how Kent and Ziggler were kind of using that game plan, but it seems like Briggs and Moon utilized as well. Moon did the heavy lifting in the last match, won it, and now it was Briggs' turn, and, well, hopefully Moon will be fresh for the finals. Well, fresh as can be, but, man,
yeah,
Briggs would have to take these... I gotta have to take a trip to the back real quick before we commence the finals. Gotta get that cut checked, because it is gnarly. But, man, I cannot believe that. Andrew Briggs, dude. This is the season of Briggs. And Moon as well.
Listen,
man.
what a final.
I
said it earlier. Was a fan of Briggs, man. That dude's got heart. Dude's got spunk.
Well, this is it. We have reached the finals.
I'll tell you
These
right
two
now,
teams have scratched and clawed.
There's a reason why Ziggler lost, and his name is Ryan fucking Kent.
Just give me one moment. I need to give Briggs a couple of seconds anyways to get patched up. But this is it for all of the marbles. The finals are here. The two underdog teams have arrived to the conclusion. Chris Proudfoot and Jason Spade, who I quite honestly were going to, if I'm being 100% honest, I thought they were going to fall out on the first round after seeing what happened on Monday Night Fusion. But they know what's on the line. They know this is a chance to prove themselves. They don't want to ride on their past accomplishments in NGCW or elsewhere around the world. They want to prove that they are the next big thing here in CMV, and they want to do it together. So they took that bad blood, they pushed it to the side. Maybe it'll resurface after, but for tonight, they are focused. They've made it. PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, an unlikely alliance that has wowed me tonight. What performances by both men, but we're going to see which team wants it more. Who's going to get that bonus check? Who's going to get hand-delivered that beautiful custom trophy from COO of CMV Triple H? And who is going to get a shot at those Fusion Tag Team titles? Let's get it on as Proudfoot starts things off against Moon. And you can see Andrew Briggs got the blood wiped away, momentary stitches, but that's going to be a target. If I was in either Proudfoot or Spade's boots, that's what I would go after right away, and that's probably why Moon has started this match rather than Briggs. Irish Cooper to the corner. So who you got? We gotta get your prediction here. Your favorite, Kent Ziggler. They fell out.
you know what?
Proudfoot, Spade, Moon, Briggs.
I've been a bigger fan of Briggs than I have Spade, so I'm gonna have to go with Moon and
going
Briggs.
with your boy. All right, let's do it. Andrew Briggs knows what it's like to be that guy that says you're never gonna make it. You're too little. You're too small. You're not big enough. But last season, he survived 7 other men in the King of the Ring to become the King of the Ring. Tonight, he and PG Moon have endured wars against the real G's and Kent and Ziggler. They are here. They've made it. Can they win that big one? Proudfoot rolling his way over to the corner. Moon's just looking at him. I'm not too sure about if this is a strategy or if Moon's head isn't in the right place, because I did just see him grab at it. The injuries are very, very obvious on these.
They're stacking up.
And now Proudfoot's doing it. Now Proudfoot's just staring at Moon. I'm not too sure. Oh, he wants to tag the Spade. That's why. And then a cheeky punch and laying Moon out for Spade to capitalize on, pick up the scraps, and there's that choke again. I guess Spade willing to do whatever he's got to do in order to get he and Proudfoot this W. Turning to the audience who are on their feet. These 4 guys have busted their asses. Into the front headlock. Slow and steady, steady and slow seems to be the game plan for both teams.
You know, the stronger team is Briggs and PJ Moon.
Whoa. Wait, though. Moon utilized this very maneuver to tap out Terry Sherman in the opening round. The Moonalock. Oh, but a rope break is what's going to save Spade. That is...
That's just ring awareness right there. Being able to grab that rope.
I don't even know that Spade was aware. I think he was just in proper positioning. Poor tactics on Moon's part, I think, is what saved him there, honestly. You saw the athleticism of Spade. And to your point, I think that Spade and Proudfoot are probably looking the better because they made it through the semifinals rather quickly. They went right over the Hastings in only a few minutes. And they, of course, had... Wait! Spade! Does he go? Oh, wow. Okay, that juke. That was pretty rude. I got excited. What's Spade doing? What is he doing? Oh, my God. Decapitation! Moon getting his head taken off. Oh, I guess Spade wanted to soften him up. Moon to his feet. The Lansenberg lobotomy. Does Spade have it? Into the pin.
That's gotta be
a rope break now for Moon.
Ooh,
may have been.
Ring awareness.
Yep. And poor ring positioning. I think these guys' minds are so clouded with where they are right now that they're making these mistakes that they otherwise would not make if they had a clearer mind. And you can obviously tell Moon is trying to keep himself in this match and allow Briggs to rest on the apron. This match might be fully in the hands of Moon. I don't know that Briggs can get back in the ring after what he went through in that last match, how he was looking. Moon hitting a cross-arm neck breaker, but just allows the hot tag to Proudfoot. There's something wrong with Moon. We saw him break a little bit in the first round. We saw him go a little bit crazy, have a bit of a meltdown, and now I think it's gotten worse. I don't know what's gotten into him here, but he's... Oh, what the fuck is this? Body splash. What is he doing? Oh, my God. The worm from PJ Moon and into an elbow drop. I'll take that. Oh, my God. He wins off that. I will kiss you right on the lips, Paul.
That's, you know what? I'm not even surprised that he came out with that.
Well, here we have it again. PJ Moon's just standing there rather than going for the pin or trying to follow it up. But, well, maybe he was conserving his energy for one last big shot. Rolling heel kick. But Proudfoot, given that amount of time, able to recuperate. And Proudfoot now, Irish whip into the corner. Andrew Briggs on the apron, looking worse for wear. Looking like a shambling zombie. But still standing. Hardly. Big punch.
These guys are so gassed right now. They don't even know.
Yeah,
they honestly don't even know where they're at, what's going on. They're just, it's all instinct at this point.
I mean, you got to have that stamina for a tournament, for any kind of tournament, where it forces you to beat every opponent in the same night. We've seen this before in the Deadly Games, King of the Ring, etc., so on. You've got, it's really whoever has that best cardio that's going to make it to the finals. And, of course, a heart. You got to have that heart. And all 4 of these guys, I think, do. But Moon right now might have the bigger one. Couple of clotheslines, calf kick. It's Proudfoot who gets busted open. PJ Moon going for his patented discus knee strike. Proudfoot sidestepped it. Irish whip out onto the ropes, though. Moon going for a big punch. Ooh, fires back with a enziguri. Rolling to the outside there, you can see that Moon does not want to give Proudfoot any sort of time to put some gas back in the tank. But now a hot tag, that was a mistake, rookie mistake by Moon. Here comes Spade, 1,000,000 miles a minute, a fire lit up under his ass. Kitchen sink, grabs the last as Moon, spinning back this counter, forearm smash, counter, super kick to the midsection. Spade with a clothesline into the corner. Shot to the groin, and again. And Spade, Moon grabbing on for dear life. Oh, he's going to take a trip down to the mat hard with that alley-oop bomb. What a sequence that was. You can see Spade now turning to trying to slow it down a little bit as he holds on to PJ's arm, tearing it out of the socket, Moon grasping at his shoulder.
You know, this is where PJ Moon, I feel like he's too proud right now. Like, he needs to get a tag in. He needs it desperately. But he's trying to prove the world.
I don't know if that's him being proud. Oh! Wait! Spade went for the double boot stop from the top rope. Moon counter DDT. Moon with the DDT. Yes, he's got it into the pin. 1, 2, 3, and PJ Moon has done it for he and Andrew Briggs. The mistake made by Jason Spade. And there you have it. And here comes Triple H, the COO of CMV, X-Gen's father. Not really, but to shake hands with these two men.
Hey, you can call him
to hell
as long as you want.
PJ Moon and Andrew are your second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic winners as they hoist up that beautiful trophy that commemorates the everlasting impact that X-Gen had on the tag team division. And man, it was just one mistake.
These two deserve it.
One mistake from Jason Spade, and PJ Moon capitalizes as Triple H and the CMV Universe cheer him on. What a win. Super deserved. There's no denying that. Congratulations to PJ Moon and Andrew Briggs, who now have a date set with the Undead for the Fusion Tag Team titles. But for tonight, well, I think there's going to be a big celebration on the town.
And you know what? I think they learned a lot about themselves tonight. These three matchups that they had, that when they do face the Undead, they're going to know what they're coming up against. They're going to know what to do. They're going to know what they need to do. And they might get it done.
And they now have that experience as a tag team, defeating Knox and John Reed was amazing. Defeating Ryan Kent and Ziegler, amazing. And then defeating Proudfoot and Jason Spade. Yeah,
just
they
like
they
you said,
truly,
their first two matches, just putting them away.
They've earned a level of experience that some tag teams only get after a long time being together. But right here tonight, they've done it all. The first time they ever teamed together, and they're going to go down in history. PJ Moon, Andrew Briggs, the second annual X-Gen Tag Team Classic winners. And Paul, you beautiful, beautiful man. Thank you for joining us here on commentary for what was a truly, I don't think there's any real words to describe what we saw tonight. A lot of upsets, a lot of surprises, a lot of shocks, but it was very fun.
You know what? The X-Gen Classic has been synonymous now so far with just the underdog. So you know what? It wasn't a surprise. Was not a surprise.
And maybe even though
Briggs was on there, and I knew my boy was gonna win. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna win. Good job, Briggs. And hey, PJ Moon,
is all about.
Good job for you.
Because you guys, when you first came here, you were underdogs. You looked weird. I mean, no offense, but you looked funky compared to everybody else.
Jesus Christ, Ashley.
Your names, come on. Your names were Omega Z. You were Sushi X. You had these freaking SWAT. You were weird looking. You were underdogs.
Listen, we were before our time.
Exactly. Far before your time, but in your era, you were the best of the best. You were at the top. That's what this tournament celebrates. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. And for the Asian sensation, Paul Devine, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you tomorrow night for Monday Night Fusion. Goodbye.
Hakuna Matata.